Oh, hello. All right, welcome back. I guess we're starting already. Here we go. Who knew? So what are we doing? This is day 2 of the quadratic formula. Holy buckets, I heart math. Here we go. Remember the quadratic formula. I'm going to write it down for you. Okay, it's x equals opposite b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. I remember that from my 8th grade LBMS math teacher, Mrs. Comack. Burned in my memory. Forever. Forever. Here we go. So we want to solve each equation with the quadratic formula. In order to solve each equation with the quadratic formula, we have to make sure that our quadratic is in standard form. So I'm going to move this 6 to the other side so that my quadratic is equal to 0. Now, excuse me, hold on. All right, from here, sorry about that. This should be a positive 6, my fault, whoops. Plus 6. All right, so I got A equals 2, B equals negative 12, and C equals 6. So I got X equals the opposite of B. The opposite of negative 12 is positive 12. Plus or minus the square root of negative 12 squared minus 4 times 2 times 6. Okay, all over 2 times 2. Keep going. 12 plus or minus negative 12 squared. Remember, is negative 12 times negative 12 gives me positive 144. Minus 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 6 is 48. All over 4. Okay. Now, from here, I want to simplify underneath the radical. 144 minus 48, 96, right? 144 minus 48, okay, all over 4. Now, again, I could have taken out greatest common factor of 2 at the beginning, and that would have made my numbers a little bit easier. But I want to just practice my quadratic formula since I heard math and stuff, so I chose not to this time. That is not a good rule to live by, okay? But we'll still get the same answer when doing the quadratic formula. Don't touch your face. God bless America. All right, so I got 12 plus root 96 over 4 and 12 minus root 96 over 4. I want to split these up. Okay, and after I split these up, I'm going to simplify my radical. The square root of 96, I want to think about the largest perfect square that goes into 96. Well, the largest perfect square is 16 6 times, so that becomes 4 root 6. Okay, so I'm going to click and drag. I'm going to move this stuff around here. Whoops. Well, this root 96 is going to go away. All right, so I got root 96 and split. Okay, so now, since it's 4 root 6, this is 12 plus 4 root 6. 12 over 4 plus 4 root 6 over 4. And this is 12 over 4 minus 4 root 6 over 4. So I want to reduce to get x equals 3 plus root 6. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 4 over 4 cancels out. And x equals 3 minus root 6. Those are my two x values. Happy day with number 1. Here we go. Let's try number 2. How about it? Let's see if I can do this. Nope, not going to let me. Okay, so here we go. Number 2, all right. Number 2 is not in standard form either. I'm going to bring everything on the same side as my quadratic. All right, that's the key to start. Here we go. N squared minus 4n minus 77 equals 0. All right, So let's do the quadratic formula. A equals 1, B equals negative 4. Got cut off there, sorry. B equals negative 4, and C equals negative 77. So here we go. X equals opposite of B, which is 4, plus or minus the square root of B squared, so negative 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 77. God bless America. And that is all over 2 times 1. All right, so let's keep going here. Let's keep having some fun with math because we heard it. Here we go. So x equals 4 plus or minus negative 4 squared, remember, is 16. Positive 16. I got negative 4 times negative 77. So that gives me plus 308 all over 2. All right, keep going. 16 plus 308 is 324. So I get x equals 4 plus or minus the square root, of 324 over 2. Now, 324 is a perfect square. Okay, some of us may not have known that. By heart, man. So 324 is a perfect square. The perfect square is 18. So I'm going to split this now. 4 plus 18 over 2, and x equals 4 minus 18 over 2. Remember what we're doing here. I'm doing 4 over 2 plus 18 over 2. All right, so 2 plus 9, which is 11. And I'm doing 4 over 2 minus 18 over 2. So that's, wait, hold on a second. 4 over 2, yeah, okay. 4 over 2 is 2. 2 minus 9 is negative 7. So x equals negative 7. And x equals 11. There you go. Here we go with the next one. I'm going to pause. I'm going to make these on 2 different pages so it's not bunched up. Here we go. All right, this is not in standard form, so we want to put this problem in standard form. So I want to move the 8x and move the 16, or excuse me, 15. So I get plus 8x minus 15 equals 0. A equals 4, B equals 8, and C equals negative 15. X equals the opposite of B, so negative 8, plus or minus the square root of B squared, so 8 squared, minus 4 times A, which is 4, times C, which is negative 15, all over 2 times 4. Simplify what's underneath our radical. X equals negative 8, plus or minus 8 squared is 64. 4 times 4 is 16. Times 15 is plus 240, all over 8. So I get x equals, holy bucket, this is fun. Can you guys tell how much fun we are having today? Oh, that is not good. Here we go. Lordy, Lord, is not good. Here we go. Holy buckets. Look, come on. There we go. 304 over 8. Okay, 304 divided by 16. And 19. Wow, that's the first try. Man, that's sick. So I'm going to rewrite, remember, square root of 304. Okay, simplify it. That's 16 and 19. So it's 4 root 19. So I'm going to split it. X equals negative 8 over 8 plus 4 root 19 over 8. Simplify that. Negative 8 over 8 is negative 1 plus root 19 over 2. How did I get over 2? Because 4 divided by 8 is 1/2, so there's technically a 1 here. Okay? And I also get x equals negative 8 over 8 minus 4 root 19 over 8, which is -1 minus root 19 all over 2. There are my two answers. Wow! Let's try number 4. Here we go. We're cruising. So this is 5p squared plus 8p minus 4 equals 0. A equals 5. B equals 8. C equals -4. We're cruising. X equals opposite of B plus or minus the square root of B squared, so 8 squared, minus 4. A is 5. C is -4. All over 2 times A, which is 5. And we're still going. I heart math. Here we go. X equals -8. Wow, plus or minus. 8 squared is 64. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 4 is plus 80. All over 10. Okay, so I get -8. This ends up being root 144, which we know what the square root of 144 is, I hope. Maybe. It is 12. Good job. I could hear you guys. So I get -8 plus over 10 plus 12 over 10. Okay, I'm splitting it. Okay. -8 over 10, if I reduce both by 2, I get -4 over 5 plus 6 over 5, which gives me 2 over 5. Okay, how to get 6 over 5? I reduce the second one by 2 as well. X equals -8 over 10 minus 12 over 10, which is -4 over 5 minus 6 over 5, which gives me -10 over 5. And there are my two answers. All right, here we go. Number 5. Standard form, 8r squared. Need to subtract that 2r over so they have equal to 0. And now let's go. I get A equals 8, B equals -2, and C equals -4. Whoa, here we go. X equals opposite of B plus or minus the square root of -2 squared minus 4 times 8 times -4. All over 2 times 8. Still going? All right. X equals 2 plus or minus. I know -2 squared is positive 4. I know that 4 times 4 times 8 is, that'll be plus 128. And that's all over 16. So that's 2 plus or minus root 132 over 16. Now remember, how do I know it's positive? Because I have a -4 and a -4 to make it positive. Okay, I'm going to simplify root 132 right here. Root 132 is 4 and 33, which gives me 2 root 33. So I get x equals 2. This is going to be, x, which will be 2 plus or minus 2 root 33 over 16. Okay. So I'm going to do 2 over 16. Hold on a second. Plus 2 root 33 over 16. Reduce. I get 1 over 8, so I divide both by 2, plus root 33 over 8. And now we'll subtract. I get x equals 2 over 16 minus 2 root 33 over 16, which equals 1 over 8, and minus root 33 over 8. I don't know if I can do number 6 in 30 seconds, so I'm going to try my best. Here we go. Standard form first. All right, in 20 seconds, here we go. I got A, B, and C here, okay? I had to move the 7, so add it, subtract 15. 7 squared minus 4ac, opposite would be -7. Remember, I'm doing negative times a negative, so I'm adding. Square root of 169 is 13.